My wife has fallen in love with another woman. My wife, 29F, and I, 29M, have been together for 11 years, and for the past 2 years she has hidden from me a dissatisfaction and sadness in our marriage that is only felt by her. For a reason neither of us can figure out, she did not feel safe enough to tell me this early on, and where it has led is her seeking emotional comfort from other people. We're both bisexual and have always been pretty relaxed when it comes to involving other people in our sex lives, but we both agreed a long time ago our emotional dedication and loyalty remain to each other above all else. Well, about a year ago she became very close friends with a co-worker, someone who directly reports to her. They work together, so I thought nothing of it. I'm close to many of my co-workers simply because we spend so much time together, right? She has helped see this co-worker of hers through divorcing her husband in this time also, and my wife, bless her, will always try to be as tender and emotionally available as possible to those in need. One thing led to another, and before long she was spending more time with this person than with me. The last straw was her planning an all-inclusive mountain cabin trip with just the two of them. It was a romantic getaway with a hot tub and everything. She finally admitted everything about a week ago. She's admitted she's confused and feels guilty but can't ignore her feelings for this other person. She said she feels taken advantage of and that I don't pull my weight emotionally, but truly I've been pulling the same weight the same way for more than a decade. So what caused the change of heart? She needed time to think, and so in my anger and feelings of betrayal I moved back in with my parents, hours away from our little 2-bedroom apartment downtown. I'm trying to work through my own stuff and figure out what it is I'm not providing that this woman has. We've agreed to see each other again in a month. What do I do? My heart has so much hope and desire for us to work out our problems and grow from this, but my brain is telling me that logically she's already made her decision. I'm very much a fatalist, so I will never be the one to control another person. If this is an attraction so strong it can override 11 years of shared history, then I can't deny her that. As much as it breaks me, all I've been able to do is write her letters every week or so, basically checking in and letting her know I'm okay. She's my whole world and she knows it. I feel really hopeless right now, and I guess I just need to hear from anyone out there who's been through something similar. She's in the honeymoon period, everything is love right now. She will come crawling back in a few months. Do not go back with her. I think it's time to see a divorce lawyer. Sorry. Start protecting your financial assets. Transfer your half of any joint financial account into a solo account. If you own a home, look to put it on the market. Go to your house and start boxing up your stuff to move them. She's been engaged in an emotional affair, and you need to treat it just like you should a physical one. She's rewriting your history together to justify the high she's experiencing, and there is nothing you can say to her that will shake her out of the new love fog she's in. Start detaching. Don't write any more letters. Only contact her for business reasons. I would recommend you Google the 180 affair plan. It's got some good steps for your situation. Right now it's very important that you keep as good of care for yourself as you can. If you want to go out somewhere, don't stop yourself because you're alone. Get that dental work/doctor visit done, or whatever else you've been putting off. Just don't seclude yourself to remain hung up on her. I hear you. I have been working on me more than anything else right now. I took the week off work, I went to a barber for a clean shave, watched my favorite movies, etc. I feel so compelled to contact her, but I think the writing is more for me than it is for her, honestly. Maybe I'll just keep a journal instead. I mean, if she was going on romantic cabin hot tub getaways with some dude, would you be reacting the same, passively citing by agreeing to be on the back burner for a month while she messes around on you and you write her letters waiting on her? I'm guessing probably not. Sorry dude, she's basically cheating on you and continues to do so, only recently having fessed up. I think this marriage has run its course, unfortunately. It's a good point, I'll give you that. I guess I knew at that point but was in denial at the time because she's had many girls-only trips before this just like it. Previously it was with her other friends that are married or not romantically interested. I only found out about the secret emotional connection they had after the trip had happened. All your points are valid, dude. Makes me angry just thinking about it. I think you just lost your wife. If this had happened to me, I'd file for divorce, pick up the pieces, and move on. You don't deserve this and you need to find happiness elsewhere. I've thought about it for many days now. It's not what I want, but I'm telling myself I have to have enough respect for me to make it happen. Having a threesome ruined our sex life. My girlfriend, 26F, and I, 30M, have been dating for 3 years, and from the beginning, we've had sex bucket list, which included a FMF threesome. We scratched most of the items in the list off during our second year together, and earlier this year, we befriended this other bartender, 33F, at our favorite pub. The three of us would sometimes go out for dinner after lunch, sometimes with one of her friends, and the conversation would often be this uninhibited chat about sex. Eventually, the chat about a threesome came up, and she seemed quite keen. On the day we actually did it, it was spontaneous and unplanned. She had invited us for lunch at her place where another couple was present. The drinks were flowing, and once the other couple left, the two ladies were kinda touchy-feely, and that's when my girlfriend gave me a glance to let me know that this could be the night. Not too long after that, everyone made out with everyone, clothes were soon off, and she went down on my girlfriend, who was giving me head. It was far from the stuff you see in movies. There were clumsy moments, a couple breaks, nerves and everything. But they had sex, my girlfriend and I had sex, and everyone went down on everyone. During one of the breaks we took, my girl told me she was fine with me having sex with the other lady if we happened to go again. Now this took me by surprise because it's the one thing she's always said she'd not be comfortable with if we ever had a threesome. But this time around, she seemed quite chilled with it. Some heavy touching happened soon after, and she whispered something to our friend, who reached out for a condom, and that's when I knew it was on. I had slight hang-ups at first, but the two ladies seemed excited. My girl was there looking happy and making out with both of us as we were going at it, even encouraging me to pound her harder. We declined sleeping over because my girl told me she was turned on by watching me make someone else come and wanted me all to herself. We went home and made love and passed out. The first time we had sex after that night, she just broke down and would not tell me what was wrong. When she did eventually, she said she felt weird about the whole thing, especially how I seemed to be enjoying pounding another woman more than I ever did her. Since then, we have hardly had sex, and she'll sometimes switch to a foul mood whenever we're done. I have suggested therapy, but she doesn't think we have a problem and insists she's over what happened that night. It's been 4 months now, and I don't know if we'll ever be able to get back to where we were sexually. I've brought this up a few times, and she always dismisses it, saying she doesn't feel like there's been any concerning change in our sex life, when there obviously is. Alcohol and lack of planning will do many first-timers. Plus you didn't discuss any details. You discussed your fantasies, but not the nuts and bolts of executing a threesome. If you can't look your so in the eye and ask them if they are okay with you fucking another person right in front of them, you shouldn't have a threesome. You need to be able to sit with the reality of what's gonna happen. Agreed. If his girlfriend sober said Piff sex was off limits in a threesome no matter what for their first time, they both should have stuck to that. Big mistake. They went too big too fast, drunkenly crossed their own boundaries, and now they are paying the price emotionally. No more threesomes. On the day we actually did it, it was spontaneous and unplanned. Person facepalming, person facepalming. The problem you have is, she feels bad but can't feel bad towards you since she knows that she encouraged you. That together with the insecurity, since she thought that you liked the sex with the other woman more, is the reason for the situation you are in. There is one question you haven't answered in your text. Did you enjoy pounding the other woman more than your GF, and what have you said to her when she told you that? Just a generic no, or did you get a bit more into details why the other woman could never keep up with your GF in bed due to FE? That your GF exactly knows what you like, the emotional connection you share, or whatever. Yeah. I also have this question. It doesn't sound like he reassured her she was his first choice. Regret is a powerful thing, my friend. She was into it when everybody was drinking and inhibitions were gone, but in the sharp light of the day it doesn't look so pretty. It probably hurts her because that's all she can picture when she sees you or has sex with you. You're definitely not hitting as hard as before because you're seeing her lack of enthusiasm. All I can really suggest is to show her that you really do love her more than anything. Do chores unprompted. Constantly remind her how important and special she is to you. Surprise her with some gift. Whatever love language she has. The real feeling she's getting at but not saying is insecurity and inadequacy. I imagine she really needs to feel wanted and needed and valued. Outside of sex, I'm sure you're a wonderful partner. You're gonna have to double it up, buttercup. Kindness and patience. Sex too. A real lesson in the fact that any ethical non-monogamy, even just threesomes, expanding what your relationship looks like, needs to happen with no drugs or alcohol, or at least clear conversation without drugs and alcohol beforehand so you can stick to it even in the moment. Is it okay to send GF money when she goes out with her friends? I, 24M, am currently stuck inside all week/weekend and cannot enjoy Halloween with my girlfriend, 24F. I want to do something nice since I can't be there and I know she is going to a small gathering at her friend's house. Is it okay of me to Venmo her with a note saying something like drinks on me? Or is it rude to send money out of nowhere? Edit. So what I ended up doing was having flowers delivered to her on Halloween, and then when she was with her friends, I sent her a Venmo telling her to have a good night and to grab an Uber if she needed a safe ride home. Totally a cute and sweet gesture. Throw a sheet over your head, take a pic and tell her you're there in spirit. I think that is sweet. 3. Or, I think it's sweet, especially if the note says something like wish I could be there with you, but until then, have a good time with your friends. A note about taking an Uber so she's safe would be sweet too. Maybe something like, I wish I could be your DD so you can feel free to have a good time without worrying about getting home safely, but since I can't, let your Uber be on me. Love you. That's a wonderful gesture. Go for it. That is awesome. I remember I traveled for a special B-Day one year with a bunch of old HS friends. My BF at the time didn't come, but I kept him updated on my plans. When my friends and I went to dinner, while we were still looking at the menu before even ordering, the waitress appeared with multiple bottles wine and champagne for the entire table. She wished me a happy birthday from my boyfriend and told us all to enjoy it. It was honestly really great and the evening could not started on a better note. My friends flipped too. I think it's totally sweet, genuine and will win you major points with her friends, which is always a good thing. Haha. Definitely do it! Exclamation mark.